So you finally met the partner of your dreams, eh? Or someone kind of cute with a decent job who doesn't wear Ed Hardy. Whatever, we're busy people. And when you meet that special someone, you don't want them to get away. You gotta go in for the kill. Or make them a home-cooked meal. Semantics. First up, a bag and breakfast of French toast smothered in a luscious Fleur de Sel caramel. And then we're gonna cook up a lockdown lunch, tender egg fettuccine in a creamy rosé sauce loaded with sweet crab and peas. And finally, the old dependable dinner, sirloin shepherd's pie topped with sweet corn, a Yam and Russet mash, and crumbled potato chips. Come on. Panos is gonna teach us how to shell a crab Mediterranean style.
It's all in the pinky, bro. It's all in the pinky.
The spice agent yaps about fancy Fleur de Sel.
Long live the prancing prince of salt.
Hans schools us on peas.
Happy Valentine's Day, Miss G.
It's not Valentine's Day, Hans.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm Nadia G, and this is Bitchin' Kitchen. Eventually, we all fall in love like nerds. Some of us plunge into it head first, others are more reserved. And me, when I fall in love, I just buy the damn heels. Takata. But as much as falling in love can be exciting, at some point you just want to seal the deal. And that's what this episode is all about. We're gonna cook up a breakfast, lunch, and dinner tailor-made to suck them in. Anytime, any place. That has a kitchen. Let's do it. Listen to me, folks. In the early stages of a relationship, the last thing you want to do is look like you're trying too hard. That's why we're gonna make a simple yet bitchin' spin on pain perdu, French toast, smothered in a homemade caramel loaded with Fleur de Sel. We'll start with the caramel. First things first, heat half a cup of water in a pot on medium-low. Next, pulverize 1 cup of sugar in a food processor. Now some of you may be saying to yourselves, "Ma, why I gotta pulverize sugar? You're not the boss of me. What about that icing sugar I've had in the cupboard since 2002? That stuff's pulverized, no?" Hey, stop badgering me. Every day, badgering. I'll tell you why. Because icing sugar has starch in it, and starch will ruin your caramel. Capisce? Pulverize. Now, schiaff the sugar into the pot and then keep an eye on it until it turns a nice caramel color. Okay, it's starting to change color. The kitchen smells like cotton candy. It's amazing. I'm gonna wait 2 more seconds. It's good enough for me, Argentina. Here comes the fun part. And by fun, I mean really freaking dangerous. Grab 1 cup of heavy cream, turn off the heat, and pour it in. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? All right, now throw in a 1/4 cup of butter, unsalted, and whisk. See? Simple as pie. See, before, when I was all paranoid and a little bit scared to pour the cream in, that was just a dramatization of what some viewers may be experiencing at home. When we get back, we're gonna heighten this caramel with Fleur de Sel for a nice salty kick, and I'm gonna list a couple of points that prove you've been bitten by the love bug right in the liver. Stay hungry.
In the liver?
But yeah. There's a lot of love in the liver. Welcome back. When you fall crazy in love, know that there's nothing like a bitchin' meal to get him to commit. If there's one thing I know for sure, humans only care about 2 things, my friend. Food and French films. Toujours seul dans cette cuisine.
Non, ma chère. Je suis là pour toi.
Sans l'ail, dégage. Told ya. Let's finish this pain perdu. Our caramel is ready. Take a look at this gorgeous color and the texture. Awesome. I can't help myself. I have to give it a taste right now. Wow. This caramel is perfect as is. But here on Bitchin' Kitchen, we know that more is more. Come on. So we're gonna heighten it with some luscious Fleur de Sel. And here's the spice agent to inform, huh?
Thank you, Nadia. Fleur de Sel is a delicate sea salt. It is made from meticulously hand-harvesting young salt crystals from evaporating seawater of Guerlain, France. And you thought your job was boring? So this is why this salt is so expensive. To be honest with you, Nadia, where I come from, we don't spend our hard-earned money on fancy salts. We flavor our food the old-fashioned way, with tears. So when you ask me to speak about this sea salt, it makes me very uncomfortable. Wait. Oh, sorry. Just a minor wedgie. Never mind. Back to you, Nadia.
Thanks,
יחזקאל מזרחי.
Let's finish this caramel. We'll add a nice big pinch of Fleur de Sel. And whisk. Onto our French toast. Now the trick to making bagum-tagum French toast is choosing the right bread, one that complements your lover's personality. For example, if they're athletic, use a nice loaf of multigrain. In love with an artist, a flaky-ass croissant, excellent choice. In the groove with the hippie, a violent baguette beating is the only answer. What are you gonna do? Me, I'm gonna be using egg bread because I like my partner sweet and very rich. Bah, that's the way it is. Slice it up nice and thick. Onto our egg mixture. In a big bowl, add 3 eggs, a big pinch of brown sugar, and a halved vanilla bean, just to give it that vanilla flavor. Splash of milk. Beat it up. Heat some butter on medium. Now we'll drench our bread in our gorgeous egg mixture and fry it up for about a minute on each side until it's nice and golden. And add just a small pinch of brown sugar for extra caramelization. It's gonna be amazing. Look at that beautiful color. It's gonna be nice and crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, the best French toast you've ever had. Now, once you've done this, turn the heat down to medium-low and cook for about another minute on each side just to make sure the egg is cooked through. Nobody wants raw egg in the French toast, huh? It's no good.
And now, 3 signs that you're infatuated.
Number 1, you spend 3 hours on a casual email. Hi, no. Hello. Hiya. Number 2, you've stalked them online to the point that Facebook sent you a restraining order, man. Number 3, you're turning into a nerd. Checking your horoscope every day, tearing to Celine Dion, Googling baby cats. Man, I could spend hours Googling baby cats. It's crazy. Let's plate this dish. Now, you want your presentation to be slick. You've already compromised your cool by serving them breakfast, so if you get too cutesy, they're gonna make a run for it. No flowers, no heart-shaped caramel trails, and definitely no "I love you" scrawled in strawberry puree with a big knife stabbed in the heart of it. Man, trust me, that one never works. So, grab a nice big plate, pile the French toast high, drizzle with our gorgeous creamy Fleur de Sel caramel, a nice dollop of crème fraîche for zing. Let's eat. Bon appétit! Wow, this buttery French toast smothered in our sweet and salty caramel. I've gotten into relationships because they had HBO. Never mind this freaking French toast. Come on. When we get back, we're gonna cook up a lockdown lunch, and I'm gonna let you in on my great-grandmother's ancient secret to knowing if they're the one. For a while. And we're back. Falling in love is a beautiful thing, but it can drive you crazy sometimes. Is he thinking about me?
What do you think he meant by I had fun with 2 exclamation points? Do you think he likes me or just likes me? Do you have any ice cream?
I feel you. I also feel for your poor best friend who's gotta listen to you yapping all day. That's why we're gonna seal the deal with recipes that'll have him begging for seconds in no time. We just finished cooking up a bag-em breakfast. Now we're gonna make a lockdown lunch. And I promise, in the future, I'm gonna stay away from these nerdy-ass names. Now, because lunch is such a low-key meal, we're gonna catch him off guard with an uber-classy pasta dish. I know what you're saying to yourself. This Italian chick, she thinks pasta's the answer to everything. It is. We'll start by boiling some live crab for about 10 minutes in water. Come on, little guy. While this gets going, here's Panos to yap about crab.
Thanks, Nads. Crab is a delicacy, bro. Its flesh is flaky, sweet, and juicy. But you'll never know this unless you get the meat out of the freaking thing. So let me show you how. Over here, I have a steamed crab. Put it down on the table, belly side up. And remove the apron, this part right here. Then, pull and twist off the legs and claws, bro. Pull and twist. Pull and twist. It's like that song, Twist and Shout, but with less singing and more dismembering. Break open the legs and claws using a nutcracker. Grab the meat inside. See, it's easy. Now, using both hands, put your fingers under the edge of the shell and pull in opposite directions till you hear a snapping sound. Remove the cack and scoop out that sweet flesh. Bro, this flesh right here is some of the tastiest in the crab. I love it. But this stuff, crab butter, not so much. Don't let them trick you with names, bro. This one time, me and my wife got invited to a big party. We took freaking dance classes for a month, bro. And let me tell you, when we got to this party, there was no swing dancing going on. It's not butter, okay?
Thanks, Panos. We'll just set this gorgeous crab meat aside and move on to our sauce. This sauce is really quick, so we'll get our pasta going at the same time. Into some salted boiling water, throw in some egg fettuccine. There we go. Now, heat a pan on medium, melt 2 tablespoons of butter, mince a clove of garlic, saute the garlic until it's nice and fragrant, and we'll throw in about a cup of sweet cherry tomatoes. If you don't have cherry tomatoes, you could always use some San Marzano tomatoes in a can. Throw in our tomatoes, generous pinch of sea salt, brown sugar, and freshly cracked pepper. Add 1.5 cups of half and half. We'll bring it to a boil. The second it starts to boil, turn the heat down to medium-low, and then let it thicken with a couple of ingredients. So, we're gonna chop some fresh parsley, a 1/4 cup of fresh sweet peas, and 1/3 cup of freshly grated Parmigiana Reggiana. It's too funny. A while back, I got an email from some guy saying no real Italian would ever use cheese with seafood. So I emailed him back. I said, "Dear sir, if you don't want to use Parmesan, you can always replace it with a delicate sprinkling of go yourself." Options, huh? And finally, add a pinch of chili flakes. All right, it's starting to boil. We'll turn the heat down to medium-low and cook for about 8 minutes just until our sauce thickens. All right, now cooking up a lockdown lunch is all fine and dandy, but how do you know your new partner is worth locking down in the first place? That's why it's time for me to reveal my great-grandmother's ancient secret to knowing if they're the one. Many years ago, she said to me, "Maria," she was never good with names, "Maria, the only way to know if they're the one for you is to sniff their armpit." It may sound crazy, but she's 100% right. You see, pheromones contain key genetic information. So if you sniff their armpit and it smells amazing to you, congratulations, you found the partner of your dreams. But if you sniff it and it disturbs you, then chances are their genes are more incompatible with you than a pair of 1-inch low rises when you're PMSing. When we get back, we're gonna cook up an old dependable dinner, so see you on the flip side. Yeah, I'm good. And we're back. Our sauce has been cooking for about 8 minutes now. It's nice and thick, and I don't need to tell you how good it smells, huh? Wait a minute. This is a cooking show. I guess I do need to tell you. Garlic, Parmesan, sweet tomatoes, and cream. All that's left to do is add our succulent crab meat and heat through. You like that word? Succulent. Succulent. Just a couple of minutes. You don't want to overcook the crab. Succulent. Me, I'm getting too hungry. Let's plate this dish. Top it off with some fresh minced parsley, a pinch of Parmigiana Reggiana, our creamy pasta, sweet crab and peas. The cherry tomatoes just balance it out perfectly. After scoffing pasta like this, your lover ain't going anywhere. No, seriously, this dish is so rich, they'll probably pass out in the next 10 minutes. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, dinner time. When it comes to making that first home-cooked dinner, curb the urge to overdo it with a fancy meal. This makes you look desperate, and nobody likes a sitting duck à l'orange. Admit, that was clever, huh? Anyways, what you want to do is cook up simple comfort foods that prove you're a sturdy catch, but have better things to do than slave away in a kitchen all day for a quasi-stranger. So, that being said, we're gonna cook up a shepherd's pie. First, slice some yams and russets into equal chunks. You'll need about 3 of each. We'll boil these in salted water for about 10-15 minutes until they're fork tender. Now we're gonna throw in 4 corn cobs and boil these for about 5 minutes. Onto the meat. Heat a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil on medium heat. Dice 1 red onion and saute it for about 8 minutes. Now add 3 pounds of organic sirloin, a handful of minced fresh parsley, a pinch of smoked paprika, a pinch of smoked cayenne, some sea salt, and cracked peps. Break up the meat a little bit and saute for about 10 minutes. Now, once the water's evaporated from the meat, turn the heat to medium-high and cook for another 2-3 minutes until you get some crispy bits going on. We'll move on to our creamed corn. Don't be afraid of creamed corn, man, especially homemade creamed corn. This stuff is gonna add a nice juicy texture to our meat. So, first things first, you heat a pan on medium, then we'll throw in a heaping tablespoon of unsalted butter. We'll get our corn out of the boiling water and slice off the niblets. Now we'll saute the corn in the butter for about 2-3 minutes. We'll add a nice pinch of sea salt, then throw in 2/3 of a cup of heavy cream. Bring it to a boil, and the second it starts to boil, reduce for about 10 minutes on low heat. We're gonna put our strained potatoes into a bowl, throw in a couple of tablespoons of unsalted butter, a splash of whole milk, generous pinch of sea salt, a little bit of pepper, and mash it up. Final touches on our creamed corn. We're gonna give it a couple of pulses in a food processor just to get that nice texture going. Good enough for me. Now, to give this creamed corn an extra little kick, we're gonna throw in some fresh minced chives. Let's put this pie together, huh? First, a nice layer of our crisped beef. We'll slather it with our creamed corn. Next up, our yam and russet mash. Add some crumbled potato chips. How good does that sound, eh? We'll top it with a bit of smoked paprika for color. And we'll broil this baby in the oven for a couple of minutes until the potatoes get nice and golden around the edges. This stuff is too good. Now I like to do this up with a bit of spiced ketchup, so just grab some ketchup, scaff in a couple of drops of hot sauce, mix it up, nothing too complicated. And a nice cold rum and cherry cola. That's the good stuff. Man, shepherd's pie can't be beat. This gorgeous spiced beef, sweet potato. What I love the most about shepherd's pie is that it's amazing cold to share for breakfast in bed. So, you know, play your cards right there. Drink a lot of rum. Something like that. Cheers. And that's it. Today we cooked up 3 bitchin' dishes that'll lock down your lover without you looking like a twit. See, it ain't rocket surgery, man. The key to anyone's heart is through their stomach. So trust the Nadsters. Cook up these meals, and I guarantee your lover's gonna stick around. And before you know it, you'll be bored of them, bitter about your life, and basking in the tepid warmth of a Dutch oven for 30 years. Commitment. What are you gonna do? À la prochaine.